Hey everyone, welcome back.
So today, we're going deep on something
Okay.
that could totally shift your perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Paradigm shift.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a big one. We're looking at this YouTube video
Okay.
from the Proctor Gallagher Institute.
Right.
It's called How to Use the Paradigm Shift in 2024.
I've seen that one.
Have you seen it? Okay, so,
Yeah.
Bob Proctor, the guy in the video,
Oh yeah, he's like,
he spent
yeah.
over 50 years studying this success stuff,
Mm,
built a huge career.
yeah.
And, he says this whole paradigm shift thing.
Right.
It's the most powerful idea he's ever learned.
Wow.
So that's got to be something, right?
It is, yeah, the idea of a paradigm shift is powerful.
Yeah.
It goes way beyond just typical success.
Right.
And you know that term, paradigm shift?
Mm-hmm.
It got popular back in the 60s with a guy named Thomas Kuhn.
Oh, okay.
But what I like about Bob Proctor is
Yeah.
he's got this really practical way of looking at it.
Okay. So before we get into how to actually do it,
Sure.
what exactly is a paradigm shift?
Right.
Proctor starts the video
Mm-hmm.
and he asks you to really look at your life, honestly.
Okay.
Are you really living the life you want?
That's a good question.
Yeah. And if not,
Yeah.
that's where this paradigm shift comes in.
Interesting. Yeah.
So what do you think?
Well, a paradigm, it's like this deeply ingrained mental program,
Okay.
It's kind of running in the background. And it affects everything, your behaviors, choices, even how you react to stuff.
Wow.
A lot of times you don't even realize it's there.
That's kind of scary, right?
Yeah. It's
Like we're on autopilot.
Exactly. Think of it like a computer program
Okay.
controlling your brain, dictating how it all works.
So it's not even just knowing what to do.
Right.
It's like having the right, what did he call it?
Programming, yeah.
Programming, yeah, to actually do it.
Exactly.
It's like he said in the video, we're not short on knowledge.
We're short on behavioral patterns.
That's it. Yeah, I wrote that down.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that one stuck with me.
I think he's right.
So you can read every self-help book, go to all the seminars.
Right.
But if that paradigm, that mental program
Doesn't change.
doesn't change, yeah, then
You're not going to see the changes you want.
nothing happens, right?
It's like having all the ingredients for a gourmet meal,
Okay.
but not knowing how to cook,
Oh, I like that analogy.
You've got the knowledge, but
Yeah.
you need the recipe.
The recipe to take action.
Exactly.
Okay, I get that. But this is where I get a little lost.
Okay.
If these paradigms, they're in the background, right?
Mm-hmm.
How are we supposed to even know what they are?
Right.
How do you figure out what's holding you back?
Well, it's a good question. And Proctor, he says,
Yeah.
look at the results you're getting in life.
Okay.
So let's say you want to make more money,
Mm-hmm.
but you always seem to hit a certain income ceiling.
Oh, yeah. Been there.
That result, he says, that's showing you the limit
Of your paradigm.
of your
right?
current paradigm. Exactly.
Okay.
There's probably some subconscious belief, part of that mental programming.
That's keeping you stuck.
Exactly.
Wow.
So it's like,
So maybe people listening should ask themselves,
yeah.
what results am I getting consistently?
Mm-hmm.
And what might my beliefs be about those results?
That's a great place to start.
Yeah,
It's a really powerful question.
it is.
Now, Proctor, he goes on to describe how these paradigm shifts actually happen, and he's got this really interesting model he uses.
Yeah.
It's got 3 stages:
3 stages. Okay.
bondage, reason, and action.
And he mentions this thing called the terror barrier.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds kind of intense.
It can be, yeah.
What is that all about?
Well, it all starts with what he calls why ideas.
Okay.
These moments of inspiration, when
Yeah.
you realize you want to change something, but then when you actually start trying to move towards that change,
Yeah.
you often hit this terror barrier,
Oh,
this wave of fear, worry, anxiety.
yeah, I hate that feeling.
It pops up, tries to keep you in your comfort zone.
It's like that feeling you get right before a big presentation.
Exactly.
Or when you're about to make a big decision,
Mm-hmm.
your heart starts racing, you get sweaty palms,
That's it.
and there's this voice in your head screaming, don't do it, you're going to fail.
That's the terror barrier right there.
Yeah, man, I know it well.
And that's where this idea of XY vibration comes in.
Okay, XY vibration, what's that?
It's that feeling of being caught between 2 things.
Like being pulled in 2 directions.
Yeah, exactly. You've got the old paradigm, that's the X.
Okay.
And the new one, that's the Y.
Right.
It's like, those seesaws, you're
Yeah.
stuck in the middle.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're between the comfort of the familiar and the uncertainty of something new.
Right.
It's a wobbly, uneasy place to be. No, but you know what? That XY vibration,
Yeah.
it can actually be a good thing.
Really.
Yeah, it might be a sign that you're on the right track.
You mean like it's part of the process?
Exactly, like you're growing.
So that discomfort, that's actually good.
In a way, yeah, it's a signal that you're changing.
Hmm. Interesting.
It's normal to feel it.
Okay.
And, in a way, you kind of got to embrace it.
So how did Proctor deal with this terror barrier himself
Right.
and this whole XY vibration thing?
Well, he actually,
Did he have any tips for getting through it?
he did. He shared this really amazing story from his own life.
Really? What happened?
He actually took a massive pay cut to go work with his mentor, Earl Nightingale.
Wow, that's a big leap of faith.
Talk about XY vibration, right?
Yeah, that's got to be scary.
But it led to huge success for him.
So what was his advice?
Crash through the terror barrier.
Swash through it. Okay.
You might not get rid of the fear completely,
Right.
but you'll empower yourself to move forward.
I like that. Crash through it.
Yeah.
It's good advice.
It is. It takes courage.
Yeah, it does.
It takes courage.
It does, yeah.
But it's also about making a decision, like a real firm decision to change.
Right.
That's another big thing Proctor talks about. He even says
Yeah.
that a lot of what we think are limitations,
Like what kinds of limitations?
especially with money.
Oh, money. Okay.
Yeah, he says they're often mental.
It's in our heads.
Yeah, mental barriers
Yeah.
created by our paradigms.
So we're holding ourselves back.
Exactly. And it's cool.
Right.
He uses this visual in the video
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
to represent all this.
Yeah, he's talking about levels of vibration.
Frequencies, yeah.
Yeah, and how making a decision can bump you up to a higher level.
Like shifting your frequency.
Yeah, to a level where you attract what you want.
Exactly. It's like tuning your radio.
To a better station.
Yeah, to one that's playing success and abundance, all that good stuff.
Okay, I like that.
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
When you make a real decision, a true commitment, the how often just works itself out.
You mean like the universe conspires to help you?
Exactly.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, it's like things just fall into place.
Wow, I got to see this in action.
Well, he tells this amazing story in the video.
What about himself?
Yeah, about himself.
Okay.
He decided he wanted to build a state-of-the-art studio
Oh, wow.
in his backyard.
No way.
Yeah, and at the time, he
Sure.
didn't even know how he was going to do it.
Right.
But he made the decision. He held that vision in his mind.
Okay.
And somehow, everything just came together.
So I bet that studio we see in the video,
Yeah,
that's the one he built.
that's the one. Pretty amazing, right?
Talk about proof, right? Like, that's a real example.
Yeah, it really shows you the power of decision.
It does. It does.
So I'm curious.
Yeah.
What are you thinking so far?
About all this.
Yeah, what's standing out to you?
Honestly, it's a lot to process, but it's also super exciting,
Yeah,
It's like realizing we have more control than we think,
right.
but I got to admit, it also sounds kind of what?
I don't know, maybe a little magical.
Magical. How do you mean?
Like if I just shift my paradigm, everything will magically fall into place.
I get what you're saying.
Like, is it really that simple?
Well, Proctor's not saying it's just wishing and hoping.
Okay.
He's really clear that knowledge alone isn't enough.
Right.
It's about knowledge and the right actions.
Mm-hmm.
It's about taking action that matches your new beliefs.
So it's not passive.
No.
But you got to put in the work.
Exactly. So,
Okay, so then how do we actually change these deeply ingrained thoughts?
right.
What are some things we can do to like rewire our brains?
Well, one thing Proctor recommends
Yeah.
is just becoming more aware
Oh,
of your
okay.
thoughts.
Oh, okay.
Like, pay attention to the stories you tell yourself.
the story.
Yeah, the assumptions you're making, those automatic reactions, like those knee-jerk responses.
Exactly. Notice when a limiting belief pops up.
So, like, catch ourselves in the act.
Yeah, when the old paradigm's trying to take over.
Okay, so we got to be more mindful.
Exactly. And then once you're aware of those thoughts,
Yeah,
you can choose different ones.
like consciously choose.
Yeah, and that's where affirmations come in.
Oh, right, affirmations.
Proctor loves affirmations.
Yeah.
He says they can really reprogram the subconscious mind.
So even if I don't believe it yet,
Yeah.
if I keep saying it,
It can start to sink in.
interesting.
It's like planting seeds in a garden.
Okay,
You don't see the sprouts right away,
right.
but if you keep watering them, nurturing them,
We eventually grow.
exactly. Same with affirmations.
So it's a process.
It is. The more you repeat them,
Mm.
the more they take root in your mind.
And start changing things.
Exactly. Your beliefs, your actions, everything.
I like that analogy. The garden.
It's a good one.
Yeah. But what about when you get discouraged? Like, what if you feel like you're not making progress?
That's a good question.
How do you stay motivated,
Well, Proctor talks about having a strong why.
A why.
Yeah, like why do you want to change?
Oh, yeah.
What's the deeper reason behind it all?
Right. Your purpose.
Exactly. When your why is strong enough,
Mm-hmm.
it fuels you, it keeps you going, even when it gets tough.
It's like your fuel. Yeah.
Exactly, like a compass guiding you through the storm.
Okay, I like that.
Knowing your why.
It's like your North Star.
Yeah.
Keeps you on track.
Exactly, but, it's not just willpower and affirmations.
Right.
Proctor also talks about the power of imagination.
Oh, yeah. Imagination.
Yeah, he believes it's essential
Cool.
for creating the life you want.
Really?
He says your subconscious mind. It can't tell the difference between what's real
Okay.
and what you vividly imagine.
Oh, wow. That's powerful.
Yeah, so if you can really see yourself achieving your goals, feel the emotions, everything.
Your subconscious will believe it.
Exactly, and it'll start working towards making it real.
That's incredible. Like, we can trick our brains.
In a way, yeah, it's like creating a blueprint,
For your future self.
and then your subconscious gets to work building it.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
But if our subconscious is that powerful,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't that mean it can also work against us?
That's a really good point.
Like, what if our paradigm
Yeah.
is based on, like, bad experiences from our past?
Right, Proctor talks about that.
Yeah.
He says those early childhood experiences,
Oh, yeah. They can really shape us.
they shape our paradigms.
Oh.
The beliefs and attitudes we learn early on.
Yeah.
They can affect us for years.
So it's like we inherit this old software,
And it's not even updated.
and it's not serving us anymore.
Exactly.
I need a new program.
Yeah, you can uninstall that old one
Delete it.
and install a new one that supports you.
Like upgrade.
Exactly. And one way to do that
Yeah.
is to surround yourself with positive influences.
Oh, good people.
Yeah, good people, good energy,
Like mentors?
mentors. Yeah, people who are living the life you want.
So you can learn from them.
Exactly. Upgrade your social circle,
They get it. So it's not just our internal programming.
Right.
We got to change the external stuff too.
Absolutely. And, it's also about investing in yourself.
Investing.
Yeah, like in your personal growth.
Okay.
Proctor says you got to keep learning.
Yeah, keep growing.
Expose yourself to new ideas. Challenge those old beliefs.
Never stop learning.
Exactly. It's a journey, not a destination.
Right, right. Speaking of journeys,
Yeah.
you mentioned a program earlier,
Oh, yeah.
Thinking into Results.
That's right.
Can you tell us a little more about that?
Of course.
Like, what is it exactly?
So, Thinking into Results,
Mm-hmm.
it's this program Proctor developed.
Okay.
It teaches you how to apply these principles.
The paradigm shift stuff.
Exactly. It's like a deep dive into all of it.
Oh, cool.
It gives you a step-by-step process.
To actually make the changes.
Yeah, to make them last.
Sounds intense.
It's powerful. It uses videos, exercises, even group coaching.
So it's not just you on your own.
No, you get support.
That's good.
Yeah, it helps you understand your own mind
Oh,
and
yeah.
how to use it to achieve your goals.
So it's like a guide.
Yeah, like a guide to unlock the power of the paradigm shift.
Wow. That sounds amazing.
It is. It's really for anyone who wants to make real change.
Lasting change.
Exactly.
So it's like taking everything we've talked about and putting it into action.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
even if you don't have access to a program like that,
Right.
there are still things you can do
Okay.
to start applying these principles.
Okay. So what are some key takeaways?
Like things people can do right now.
Yeah. Like starting today.
Well, one of the simplest things,
Yeah.
but also one of the most powerful,
Right.
is to just start noticing your thoughts.
Okay. Noticing them. Like how?
Pay attention to what you're telling yourself.
Oh, the stories we tell ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. The assumptions you're making, all those automatic reactions.
Like when something happens.
Yeah.
And you just react without thinking.
Yeah, like a knee-jerk response.
Right. Right.
And, notice when those limiting beliefs pop up.
Oh, those are the worst.
They are, but you got to catch them in the act.
So it's like we're becoming more mindful.
Exactly. That's a good way to put it.
Okay. So we're paying more attention to our thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And then what?
Well, once you're aware of those thoughts,
Yeah.
especially the negative ones, the limiting ones,
Okay.
you can start to challenge them.
Challenge them. How?
Well, ask yourself, is this really true?
Like, is this belief actually serving me?
Right. Or is it just an old story I'm holding on to?
And so we can choose to think differently.
Exactly. You have the power to choose.
I like that.
And, another really powerful tool,
Yeah. What's that?
affirmations.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about those earlier.
Even if you don't fully believe it yet,
Mm-hmm.
repeating affirmations that reflect what you want. it can start to shift those subconscious beliefs.
It's like we're planting seeds.
Exactly, and nurturing them.
And those seeds are our new beliefs.
Exactly. And, speaking of nurturing,
Yeah.
surround yourself with the right people.
Oh, like good influences?
Yeah, supportive people, inspiring people.
Mentors, people who lift you up.
Exactly. Limit your exposure to negativity
Get rid of the bad stuff.
as much as you can.
So it's like creating a good environment.
Yeah, like a fertile ground for your new paradigm to grow.
I love that analogy.
And don't forget about visualization.
Oh, right. Visualization.
Spend some time each day
Okay.
imagining yourself achieving your goals.
Like really picturing it.
Yeah, vividly, and feel the emotions.
So it's not just seeing it, it's feeling it too.
Exactly. Your subconscious mind.
Yeah.
It can't tell the difference between what's real
Right.
and what you vividly imagine.
So if you can feel it, your brain thinks it's real.
In a way, yeah, it's pretty powerful stuff.
It is. It's like we're creating a movie in our minds.
And you're the star.
Living the dream life.
Exactly.
As we're talking about all this,
Mm-hmm.
I keep thinking back to something Proctor said in the video.
What was that?
He said, "You are not your paradigm."
That's a good one.
It really stuck with me.
It's powerful, right?
Like a reminder that we can change.
Yeah, we're not stuck with those old beliefs.
We have the power to rewrite our own programming.
Exactly.
And speaking of programming,
Yeah.
we've mentioned thinking into results a few
Oh,
times
right.
as we wrap up here.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what people can expect
Sure.
if they want to learn more about that program?
So thinking into results, it's really like a step-by-step guide.
To this whole paradigm shift thing.
Yeah, it takes you deeper into all these principles.
Okay.
It's got videos, exercises, group coaching, all kinds of stuff.
So it's like a whole system.
It is. It's designed to help you make real, lasting changes.
Wow, that sounds pretty amazing.
It is. It's really powerful stuff.
So for anyone listening, if you're ready to take this to the next level,
Yeah.
thinking into results might be a good place to start.
It could be. Yeah.
Well, this has been fascinating.
Yes, yeah.
We've covered so much ground today.
We have paradigm shift as a big topic.
It is, but it's so empowering.
I think so, too.
Realizing that we have the power to change our lives.
Exactly. It all starts with that decision.
And to shift our paradigm.
To see things differently, to think differently.
And to create the life we truly want.
Exactly. That's the power of the paradigm shift.
Well said. Well, to everyone listening,
Yeah.
we hope this deep dive has inspired you
To think bigger.
to challenge your own beliefs.
And to start creating the life you deserve.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.